In the scheme of things, this is not the stupidest shit I've seen a celebrity say, but at the same time, it does make me take a step back and go, what? Hello, this is Mara Jade, and I'm back with another video, and earlier today, Orange Hat Reviews posted a video with his take on this on his channel, and I will post a link to that video in the description so you can all take a look, and I figured I would give my opinion on this Bounding into Comics article entitled, "The Batman actress Zoe Kravitz doesn't want Catwoman fetishized or stereotyped." Sweetheart, this is a character that has been around for decades. A fictional character, nonetheless, that has been around for decades. A stereotypical cat burglar, so to speak, who uses her looks to get what she wants. Too little, too late, sweethearts. But at any rate, let's go into this article so we can get a gauge of what Zoe Kravitz is exactly saying. So without further ado, let's dive into this, shall we? Star Robert Pattinson and director Matt Reeves have promised in so many words the Batman will be different, and so will the DC Pictures variant of Selina Kyle and Catwoman. To kind of expand upon that, in the Batman, it's not necessarily Catwoman we will be seeing. It's the origins of Catwoman, so what we will be seeing will be Selina Kyle in her early cat burgling stages. So, moving on. The star in those roles, this time around, Zoe Kravitz, certainly wants to bring a unique approach, and though it's a little late for production on the anticipated picture, she has conditions for how her Selina will be treated and received by fans. Oh really? You're gonna tell fans what to do and think? Kravitz, the stepdaughter of Aquaman actor Jason Momoa, doesn't want to see her Catwoman fetishized or turned into a stereotype. Again, too fucking little, too late. Talking to another magazine about her prep and research for the role, she admitted, first off, "I've read some of the comics now, but I wasn't a comic head or anything." Proof positive, you really don't need brains to be able to read from a script and pretend to be a fictional fucking character. Comic head? Fan, I believe is the word you're looking for. Comic fan is what you're looking for, sweetheart, not head. As she continued, Kravitz detailed how she looked at playing Catwoman and what her thought process was in making Selina more realistic as a woman. "I also tried to think about the role not as Catwoman, but as a woman. How does this make me feel?" she wondered. "How are we approaching this, and how are we making sure we're not fetishizing or creating a stereotype? I knew it needed to be a real person." Again, first off, fictional fucking character. Secondly, a character that's been around for fucking decades. Thirdly, a character that's been around for fucking decades that has already been fetishized by fans, to a degree. Now, how you feel about how the fans are fetishizing the character, that's one thing. That's all subjective. That's how you're taking it. But you can't exactly tell fans what to do or think, necessarily, in this case. Especially when it's been done pretty much literally since the inception of this character. And her portrayal in live-action mediums like Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt, I would argue, to a degree, especially fucking Michelle Pfeiffer. I would argue also Halle Berry, even though she was in a shit movie. And, depending on your preference, maybe Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. But there have been different iterations in live-action of Catwoman, and to a degree, have been fetishized. Because this is a character, again, that is a cat burglar, and will use her feminine wiles, her feminine charms, literally her fucking body, to get what she wants. And what she wants most times is to steal shit. Because she wants to be in high society. And because she was born in low society, or grew up in low society, essentially, she makes her way up high society by stealing from the rich, essentially. She's not a Robin Hood by any stretch of the word. But that's what she does. And that's how she kind of gains a footing in the upper echelons of Gotham City elite. To a degree. That's all I can do is this right now. Because again, not the dumbest shit I've seen a celebrity say, but kind of up there. Kravitz sounds like she was trying to personalize her part, which isn't totally a bad thing when an actor is putting a fresh spin on things. No, it's not a bad thing. No, because she wants to put her own perspective a little bit on a character, her own spin, her own take, her own approach to how she portrays a fictional character that has been portrayed in the past before by other actresses. I get it. I fucking get that. However, she's opening herself up to charges she's not reading enough of the source material or consulting other media such as Batman the Animated Series, which, as with every character in it, has one of the best portrayals of Catwoman in history. I would argue, in terms of mediums outside of the comics, I would argue that the Catwoman on the Batman the Animated Series is probably, I would say, the best adaptation of Catwoman. There's nothing against the live-action adaptations of the character necessarily, but I would argue, like, per adaptation based on comic book character, the Batman the Animated Series is the best one. Borrowing heavily from the work of Denny O'Neil, Batman the Animated Series made Catwoman sultry and dangerous as well as deep. Selina found herself in varied scenarios, including a mutation into a werecat in the episode Tiger Tiger. I grew up watching Batman in the Animated Series, fucking loved that show. It's I would argue maybe my favorite show. If not my favorite, like right up there with all the shows I used to watch. That was the 90s. Catwoman hasn't been stereotyped or irreversibly fetishized in many years, although her curves and beauty and tight outfit are part of her appeal. I would argue that with all the cosplayers and so forth, that she still, even since the 90s, has kind of been stereotyped and irreversibly fetishized. If you've seen, look up Catwoman and look up like the cosplaying pictures, yes, like, doesn't matter, it's still within the 2000s and so forth. It's still the case. Again, how Zoe Kravitz perceives it is all subjective. That's how she takes it is all subjective, because that's her opinion, that's how she feels, it's on her own personal take necessarily on what's happening, but she can't stop people. She can't fucking stop cosplayers or anybody else, men or women, because women like to look at her too, from fetishizing the character. Plain and simple. She can't. During the pandemic and lockdowns last year, Kravitz alluded to the shape she had to be in while also revealing she wears a, quote, catsuit in the Batman. If audience members tap into her portrayal or costume through cosplay or fan art in a fetishized or suggestive way, that's out of her hands. Yes, she can't stop it. She could maybe get upset about it. You know, like, that's her prerogative, that's her right, if she wants to be upset about it. But she can't stop it. Kravitz could always tell a segment of the population not to go see her movie, but she risks them taking her up on that, yes. And I fear with this, with her saying this, and I'm not saying that she will definitely go this route, but a big fear is the whole male gaze argument and so forth, like, you know, toxic males don't go see this movie, sexists don't go see this movie, misogynists don't go see this movie. You saw how well that approach worked with the reboot of Charlie's Angels. So, please, Zoe Kravitz, let this be the dumbest thing you say and just, like, kind of zip your lips from here on out in regards to, like, how you take this approach, pretty much. It's like, you can promote the movie, great, more power to you. You should. You, Robert Pattinson, Colin Firth, who else? Basically everyone else Matt Reeves, the director, everyone else associated with the movie, yeah, please, promote the movie, but don't take the route of the socio-political narrative that we've seen pop its ugly head out in marketing with recent films. Please don't do that. That's all I'm asking. But at any rate, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you agree with what Zoe Kravitz is saying? Do you disagree with what she is saying? Can you kind of see both sides of, like, the whole, I guess, debate, for one of a better way of putting it? Let me know all that fun stuff down in the comments below. I will be live on my Twitch channel later tonight, Jade_Fire, playing more Splitgate with Stunning and Brave Megatron, aka Darth Megatron, aka Uncle Megatron. who promises more teabagging, because that's what the people want, in Splitgate while we're playing it, and maybe Chunk the Punk, depending on if he's free, and maybe one other person also, because more the merrier. So, if you enjoy watching a gamer girl on Twitch, come check out my channel, Jade_Fire, like I said. This is Mara Jade. Catch you on the dark side, and oh honey.